Genghis Khan, born as Temüjin, was the founder and first great Khan of the Mongol Empire, which became the largest contiguous empire in history. He rose to power by uniting various Mongol tribes under his leadership through military conquests and strategic alliances. To understand the impact that Genghis Khan left on the world, we must first focus on the 12th and 13th centuries. Genghis Khan lived in the Mongolian steppes, a vast expanse of grassland in Central Asia. The specific region associated with his early life is often referred to as the Mongolian Plateau. This area includes parts of modern-day Mongolia, China, and Russia. There were a lot of small empires around Genghis Khan when he was younger. These empires wouldn't last as long as the Mongolian Empire, as they were quickly overthrown by neighboring forces. For example, the Khitan people established the Liao dynasty, which ruled over parts of present-day China and Mongolia. The Khitans were eventually overthrown by the Jurchens, leading to the end of the Liao dynasty in 1125. Other than this, there was no other significant events before Genghis Khan's rise to power, which would kickstart the falling of many more empires. While the Mongol conquest were reshaping political boundaries, trade routes were facilitating cultural exchanges between East and West. Here are some examples of the cultural development during this time in many different regions. The Islamic world experienced a period of cultural and intellectual flourishing known as the Islamic Golden Age, which extended from the 8th to the 14th centuries. During the 12th and 13th centuries, Islamic scholars made significant advancements in fields such as mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy. The High Middle Ages in Europe saw a revival of interest in classical learning and culture, often referred to as the medieval Renaissance. This period laid the groundwork for the later Renaissance in the 14th to 17th centuries. The Crusades were a series of military campaigns launched by Western European Christians to recapture the Holy Land from Muslim rule. While the military objectives were mixed, the Crusades facilitated cultural exchanges between the East and West, exposing Europeans to Middle Eastern knowledge and technologies. In the Islamic world, Sufism, a form of Islamic mysticism, gained prominence during this period. Sufi scholars and practitioners explored the inner dimensions of Islam, emphasizing spiritual experience and personal closeness to God. Scholastic philosophy emerged in medieval Europe as a method of reconciling faith with reason. Prominent scholastic thinkers, such as Thomas Aquinas, sought to integrate classical philosophy, particularly that of Aristotle, with Christian theology. In Europe, the Gothic style in architecture flourished during the 12th and 13th centuries. This period saw the construction of iconic Gothic cathedrals, characterized by pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and flying buttresses. If you are enjoying the video and want to stay up to date with our latest content, then subscribe to the channel. Now, let's focus on the early life of Genghis Khan, or as he was originally known, Temüjin. He was born into the Mongol tribe of the Borjigin, which was part of a larger confederation of nomadic tribes. His father, Yesugei, held the position of chief of the Borjigin tribe, and his mother, Holan, played a crucial role in supporting and guiding him throughout his early life. Yesugei's leadership, however, was cut short when he was poisoned, leaving the family vulnerable to internal strife and betrayal. This event marked the beginning of a tumultuous period for Temüjin and his family, as they faced abandonment by their own tribe and endured captivity and hardship. Following his father's death, Temüjin's family experienced social isolation and economic hardship. At the age of 9, he faced abandonment by his own tribe and was left to survive with his mother, siblings, and other relatives. This period of vulnerability exposed Temüjin to the harsh realities of the Mongolian steppes and instilled in him a determination to overcome adversity. Temüjin and his family were not only victims but also survivors. He endured captivity, including periods of slavery, and managed to escape, displaying early signs of resilience, resourcefulness, and leadership. The nomadic lifestyle of the Mongols did not involve formal education in the traditional sense. However, Temüjin's early experiences and interactions with the diverse cultures of the steppes provided him with a unique form of education. He learned valuable survival skills, mastered the art of horsemanship, and gained insights into the tribal politics that would shape his future. Now let's focus on the events that he was primarily involved in. In 1186, Temüjin defeated the Merkit tribe and Mary's-Bort, solidifying an important alliance. This played a crucial role in his rise to power. Temüjin had faced hostility from rival Mongol tribes, including the Merkit tribe. This tribe was more powerful than him and would often clash with his family. This military campaign was led to avenge the kidnapping of Temüjin's wife. The Merkits had abducted Bort, and this event served as a catalyst for Temüjin's military actions. This success against the Merkits enhanced Temüjin's reputation and helped him to consolidate power. The marriage between Temüjin and Bort was not only a personal union, but also a strategic political alliance. Bort belonged to the influential Ongjarat tribe, and this marriage helped Temüjin strengthen his ties with the Ongjarad and other allied tribes. The union with Bort provided Temüjin with a sense of legitimacy, as it solidified important alliances through marriage rather than conquest alone. This stability within his personal life contributed to the stability of his growing political influence. In 1189, Temüjin convened a large assembly known as the Kurultai, where he sought the support of various tribal leaders. This council played a crucial role in the formation of the Commag Mongol Confederacy, a political union aimed at unifying the Mongol tribes. The Kurultai acknowledged Temüjin's leadership, and he was bestowed the title Genghis Khan in 1206. This marked the formal establishment of Genghis Khan's authority over the united Mongol tribes. Genghis Khan faced internal conflicts among the Mongol tribes and established his dominance through alliances and military campaigns. Genghis Khan faced challenges from rival tribal leaders who were often in competition for resources, grazing lands, and supremacy. The struggles that he had faced at a young age compelled him to forge new alliances and build a loyal following. Genghis Khan initiated military campaigns against traditional enemies such as the Tatars and the Merkits. These campaigns were not only aimed at defeating rival tribes but also at demonstrating Genghis Khan's military prowess and consolidating power. Genghis Khan introduced innovative military tactics, such as the use of a highly mobile cavalry and a system of decimal organization, dividing his forces into units of 10. These innovations contributed to the effectiveness of the Mongol military. Genghis Khan recognized the importance of forging strategic alliances through marriage. His marriage to Bort, as mentioned earlier, was one such alliance that helped solidify support from the influential Ongjarad tribe. Genghis Khan also engaged in diplomatic relations with neighboring states, attempting to secure peace or alliances when beneficial and focusing on one front at a time to prevent multiple conflicts. Genghis Khan is credited with creating a code of law known as the Yasa. This code governed various aspects of Mongol society, including military discipline, familial relations, and trade. The Yasa played a role in unifying the diverse Mongol tribes under a common set of rules. Genghis Khan's military campaigns extended beyond tribal conflicts. He launched successful campaigns against the Western Xia and the Jin dynasty during the late 1192s, expanding Mongol territory and resources. The internal conflicts of the 1192s were a tumultuous period for Genghis Khan, marked by both military and diplomatic endeavors. Through a combination of strategic alliances, military campaigns, and the establishment of a strong political structure, Genghis Khan laid the groundwork for the Mongol Empire's formation and expansion in the subsequent decades. In 1202, Genghis Khan defeated the Nayman tribe, a significant step in consolidating his power. The Nayman tribe was a powerful and influential nomadic tribe in the Mongolian steppes. Like many other tribes in the region, the Nayman posed a challenge to Genghis Khan's goal of unifying the Mongol tribes under a single leadership. The Mongolian steppes were vast, and competition for grazing lands and resources was intense. The Nayman tribe, with its considerable military strength, controlled territories that Genghis Khan likely saw as crucial for his vision of a united Mongol confederation. The Nayman tribe, along with other powerful tribes, may have viewed Genghis Khan's attempts to centralize power as a threat to their own autonomy. This rivalry contributed to the conflicts between Genghis Khan and the Nayman. A military campaign was carefully planned by Genghis Khan. He likely employed a combination of military tactics, including the effective use of cavalry and coordination among his forces. The exact details of the campaign and the subsequent battle are not always clear due to limited historical records. However, it is known that Genghis Khan achieved a decisive victory over the Nayman tribe in 1202, solidifying his military reputation and further consolidating his position as a formidable leader. The defeat of the Nayman tribe expanded Genghis Khan's control over additional territories. This not only increased the resources at his disposal, but also weakened competing tribal forces in the region. Genghis Khan's reputation as a successful military leader grew after each conquest. The victory over the Nayman tribe added to his prestige, attracting more followers and fostering loyalty among the Mongol warriors. Genghis Khan often followed military victories with diplomatic initiatives. After defeating the Nayman tribe, he likely sought to forge alliances with other tribes, offering them the choice of submission or facing the consequences of military defeat. The defeat of the Nayman tribe was just one step in Genghis Khan's relentless campaign to unify the Mongol tribes. In the years that followed, he continued to expand his influence through both military conquest and diplomatic means. During the years 1207 and 1210, Genghis Khan launched campaigns against the Western Xia and Jin dynasties in northern China. These campaigns marked the beginning of his large-scale military conquests. The Western Xia had been a traditional adversary of the Mongols and had previously resisted Genghis Khan's authority. The Mongols sought to bring the Western Xia under their control to secure strategic advantages and resources. Genghis Khan employed siege warfare tactics, using advanced technologies such as siege engines and expert military strategies to overcome the defenses of the Western Xia capital, Yinchuan. The Mongol cavalry's mobility was a key factor, allowing them to execute swift maneuvers and surprise attacks. This mobility became a hallmark of Mongol military strategy. The Western Xia was defeated, and its capital, Yinchuan, fell to the Mongols in 1209. Genghis Khan imposed Mongol administration over the conquered territories and extracted tribute from the Western Xia rulers. Genghis Khan had launched a campaign against these dynasties for many reasons. The Jin dynasty, ruling northern China, posed a significant threat to the Mongols. The Jin had previously allied with the Western Xia against Genghis Khan, and their military power needed to be neutralized. Genghis Khan had ambitions to expand Mongol influence and control over the prosperous and densely populated regions of northern China. Genghis Khan launched a massive invasion of northern China in 1211. The Mongol forces utilized their superior cavalry, archery skills, and innovative military strategies to outmaneuver the Jin armies. The Mongols employed scorched earth tactics, devastating the countryside and disrupting the Jin's agricultural and economic base. This strategy weakened the Jin dynasty's ability to sustain a prolonged war. Over the course of the campaign, the Mongols captured key cities, including Zhongdu in 1215. The fall of Zhongdu was a significant blow to the Jin dynasty. The Jin dynasty was forced to submit to Mongol rule, marking a significant milestone in Genghis Khan's conquest. The Mongols established their control over northern China, and Genghis Khan imposed favorable terms on the Jin rulers. These campaigns brought immense wealth and resources to the Mongol Empire, including tribute from conquered territories, enhancing the economic strength of the rapidly growing empire. The success of these campaigns set a precedent for Genghis Khan's successors, demonstrating the effectiveness of Mongol military strategies and their ability to conquer sophisticated sedentary civilizations. Genghis Khan's campaigns against the Western Xia and Jin dynasty marked a turning point, propelling the Mongols onto the international stage and setting the stage for further conquests across Asia and beyond. These military successes laid the foundation for the vast Mongol Empire that would emerge in the following decades. Genghis Khan's invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire was a significant military campaign that had profound consequences for the Khwarezmian state, leading to its near destruction. The campaign was launched in retaliation for the killing of Mongol traders and marked one of the most formidable and devastating episodes in the early expansion of the Mongol Empire. The conflict between the Mongols and the Khwarezmian Empire began with trade disputes. Mongol traders and envoys were killed by the governor of the Khwarezmian city of Otrar in Alchuk in 1218. This act of violence served as the catalyst for Genghis Khan's invasion. Genghis Khan initially sent a diplomatic mission to the Khwarezmian Empire seeking justice and reparation for the murdered traders. However, the Shah of Khwarezm, Muhammad II, responded arrogantly and dismissively, exacerbating the tensions. This suggests how diplomatic Genghis Khan was as he tried to search for peace rather than conflict. Genghis Khan swiftly mobilized his forces, utilizing the highly mobile Mongol cavalry to launch a full-scale invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire. The Mongols employed encirclement tactics, isolating and besieging key cities to break down the resistance of the Khwarezmian forces. The Mongols captured several major cities, including Bukhara and Samarkand, using a combination of siege warfare and strategic maneuvering. The Mongols adopted scorched earth tactics, devastating the Khwarezmian countryside and disrupting agricultural and economic activities. In Alchuk, the governor responsible for killing the Mongol traders was captured and executed by Genghis Khan as part of the retribution for the unjust act. The Mongol invasion resulted in widespread destruction, loss of life, and the collapse of the Khwarezmian state. The once prosperous empire was left in ruins, with its major cities reduced to rubble. The invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire marked a shift in the power dynamics of the region. The once dominant empire was replaced by Mongol rule, and the destruction of major cities left a lasting impact on the cultural and economic landscape. The wealth and resources acquired from the Khwarezmian campaign significantly contributed to the expansion of the Mongol Empire, funding future conquests and solidifying Genghis Khan's position as a formidable military leader. The brutal and swift nature of the Mongol invasion instilled fear among neighboring states and contributed to a pattern of submission to Mongol rule to avoid similar devastation. After the invasion, Genghis Khan implemented administrative reforms in the conquered territories, establishing Mongol control over the former Khwarezmian Empire. The success of the Khwarezmian campaign further emboldened Genghis Khan and his successors, leading to the continued expansion of the Mongol Empire into Central Asia, the Middle East, and eventually Europe. The invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire demonstrated the ruthlessness and effectiveness of Mongol military tactics, as well as the far-reaching consequences of defying Genghis Khan's authority. In 1215, the Mongols had captured Beijing under the leadership of Genghis Khan. This was already an ongoing campaign against the Jin dynasty. The Jin dynasty was one of the major powers in northern China, and its capital, Zhongnu, was a key strategic target for the Mongols. Zhongnu was a major political, economic, and cultural center of the Jin dynasty. Its capture would not only weaken the Jin's power, but also provide the Mongols with control over a highly prosperous and strategically significant city. In 1215, after a prolonged campaign, the Mongols successfully captured Zhongnu. The fall of the Jin dynasty's capital was a significant blow to the Jin rulers, symbolizing the erosion of their power in northern China. Beijing was a thriving city with a rich cultural and economic heritage. Its capture provided the Mongols with immense wealth, resources, and access to the cultural treasures of the Jin dynasty. The capture of Beijing was part of the larger pattern of Mongol expansion across Asia. It marked a key moment in the Mongols' southward push into the heart of China, setting the stage for further conquests in the region. After its capture, Genghis Khan transformed Zhongnu into the Mongol capital, known as Konbalik. This marked the beginning of the city's role as a central hub for the Mongol Empire, and laid the groundwork for the establishment of the Yuan dynasty in 1271, with Kublai Khan as its founder. Also, in 1219 to 1221, Genghis Khan launched a series of campaigns against the dying Khwarezmian Empire. The Mongols had already raided this empire in the past, but now they had devastated the cities, Samarkand and Bukhara. The Khwarezmian Empire controlled strategic trade routes and valuable territories that Genghis Khan saw as essential for Mongol expansion. The Mongols swiftly advanced through the Khwarezmian territories, capturing major cities, including Bukhara and Samarkand, known for their cultural and economic significance. The Mongols continued their conquest, capturing cities such as Nishapur and Merv. The devastation of these cities contributed to the overall collapse of the Khwarezmian state. Despite his initial confrontations with the Mongols, Shah Muhammad II proved elusive, avoiding direct engagements with Genghis Khan's forces. Shah Muhammad II died in 1220, possibly from illness or assassination, marking the end of the Khwarezmian resistance. The brutal nature of the Mongol conquest instilled fear in neighboring states, leading many to submit to Mongol rule to avoid similar devastation. The invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire was a pivotal chapter in the history of Genghis Khan's conquest, significantly shaping the political landscape of Central Asia. The devastation wrought upon cities like Samarkand and Bukhara was emblematic of the Mongols' military might and their utilization of ruthless tactics to achieve their strategic goals. The circumstances surrounding the death of Genghis Khan in 1227 remain uncertain, and there are indeed various theories about the cause of his death. Genghis Khan died while on a military campaign in western Xia. Here are some of the theories regarding the cause of Genghis Khan's death. One theory suggests that Genghis Khan sustained injuries during battles in western Xia. It is proposed that he might have been wounded in combat, and the injuries may have contributed to his eventual death. The specifics of the battles during this campaign are not well documented, and historical accounts vary. Some sources claim that Genghis Khan was injured in a skirmish, while others suggest he was thrown from his horse during a battle. Another theory proposes that Genghis Khan fell from his horse and sustained injuries that led to his death. Mongolian sources, in particular, mention that he fell from his horse in 1227, but they do not provide details about the circumstances of the fall. There are theories that suggest Genghis Khan may have been assassinated. Some historians argue that internal conflicts or political intrigue within the Mongol leadership may have led to his assassination. However, concrete evidence supporting this theory is lacking. Some accounts attribute Genghis Khan's death to illness or natural causes. According to this theory, he might have succumbed to an illness or conditions related to aging. The lack of detailed contemporary records and the passage of time make it challenging to pinpoint the exact cause of Genghis Khan's death. There are legends and stories suggesting that Genghis Khan was buried in a secret location. Some accounts claim that the funeral procession killed anyone who crossed its path to keep the burial site hidden. Genghis Khan's death marked the end of an era but not the end of the Mongol Empire's expansion. His descendants, particularly his grandsons Kublai Khan and Hulagu Khan, continued the expansion of the empire, eventually ruling over vast territories. Genghis Khan's legacy is monumental, and his leadership laid the foundation for the largest contiguous land empire in history. The Mongol Empire continued to flourish under the rule of his successors, influencing trade, culture, and politics across Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. The uncertainty surrounding Genghis Khan's cause of death adds an air of mystery to the end of his life. While various theories exist, the exact circumstances remain elusive, and the historical record provides limited details about the events leading to his demise.